Hello everybody, welcome to my Galactic Challenges Jakku Bounty Hunters versus First Order video. This one is it's difficult to do with the First Order, at least my First Order, and it was actually quite easy to do without. My First Order team is pretty crappy, so I was only able to do tier 2 with my First Order. However, because I just unlocked Malak, I was able to undersize tier 6 and clear tier 7. So all I was really missing was an undersize for tier 7 and the First Order on tiers 3 through 7. So I did this one a little differently. I'm experimenting with different ways to do the videos and such. So I pre-recorded all of my stuff, and I'm just going to give you commentary as it plays. This should be pretty quick. Each fight only took 3 minutes, and I only needed to do 3 fights to get all of the feats that I was looking for. So we'll start here. This is tier 2. I have a gear 12 Kylo Ren Unmasked, a gear 11 FOX, a gear 10 First Order Officer, and gear 8's Kylo Ren and First Order Stormtrooper. Now my goal here was to keep Bosk stunned as much as possible, and just kind of whittle down everybody else as I went. I also tried to keep either Mando or Jango stunned if I could, because they seem to be doing the most damage. Although looking back on it now, Dengar might have been the best bet because he seemed to be the tankiest out of all of them for some reason. So, I'm just going through here. This is really nothing. And honestly, this was almost too easy, whereas the next tier was almost too hard. And I feel as though almost every tier is set up that way, as if you can beat one, but you can't beat the second one, the one after it. It's just the differences in between the tiers are they're so disparate. Like, I feel like each tier should be a little closer together. Maybe have tiers in between and lower the amount of tickets you get for this. I think this was before I even really figured out that you're supposed to use the thermoregulate here to prevent them from dying, but I didn't have trouble. That wasn't what I was having trouble with. I was just straight up having trouble dealing enough damage. So I also tried to keep feeding Kylo turn meter so he could do his AoE and knock down their bits of true defense. And here we go. I think I'm about to just win it here. But the true defense also makes it very difficult. So you'll see in the later turns, I actually use the thermoregulate quite a bit. There's entire turn sequences where I use thermoregulate on every single character, but you'll see that coming up soon. See, I never even get close to 10 stacks. And they never, I mean, they barely took turns. They were all very slow. Until the 7th tier, I'd say. And that's that. So my next one here, well, this one takes 5 whole minutes, is tier 6 with, wait, is this, oh no, this is my tier 7 clear here. So Vader was tricky to do this with because he takes a lot of turns, a lot of bonus turns. So instead of using the very last bonus turn to do like a Calling Blade or another Force Crush, I would have to use it for thermoregulate. So he would immediately go up to 8 stacks of the burning, and then I would use thermoregulate to bring it back down to 6, and then I would end up using either Palpatine or Malak to thermoregulate him again, because they were my honestly least effective characters on this team. Malak was great just for the fear that he gives when he gets attacked. And here you can see me doing that right now. And then I'm doing it again to get him back down to 2 so I can do another Merciless Massacre in a couple of turns. I'm just going to turn my mic off and let this play. This was actually, once I had figured it out, I had done it 3 or 4 times with just basically Dengar surviving and everybody on my team dying at the same time. With Dengar at like half health, I kind of figured out that it was always better to forego doing damage for thermoregulate. Unless I could get a kill like right here. The shock and fear was incredibly helpful for all of this. It was really good for keeping stuns on Jango and Grief. I didn't really get a whole lot to land on Dengar or Mando, and I basically just tried to get rid of Bossk as quickly as possible. We got a train coming by, I'm going to mute. So as you guys can see, it's pretty easy if you've got any relics on your Sith Empire team or your Empire team. I'm assuming that the First Order stuff would be a lot easier with Hux and Sith Trooper, but unfortunately I just don't have those, haven't had the time to farm them. So for those of you who are getting SLKR and stuff, it'll be a lot easier for you. But that's all I got for right now, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube, and support Alt Tech by following me on BitChute, Parler, Rumble, Odyssey, and Minds. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.